at times during that season, I could not see the other side of that season. I didn't understand how, I had served for so many years of my life. And I found myself now in the position where I needed people to serve me. I needed the resources. I needed the help. I needed the counseling to overcome everything that I was going through that year.
And
Um,
so, Donna, how did you do it? And let's say this. I went through this with you and
mhm,
saw how you handled it. But
mhm,
can you talk to the audience about how you managed your daughters? You were going through a divorce, you had your job, you were running a
mhm.
nonprofit organization, you were
Yeah.
doing all of this stuff. How did you
Uh-huh.
keep your sanity?
I went to counseling. Um, I prayed a lot, and I allowed myself to be vulnerable to the season that I was in because I didn't want to see it again. And I knew that I needed to learn the lessons from that season so that I could be better, because I knew that if I didn't get better, I would not be in a position to continue to serve. And I'm going to say this: despite everything that I had going on, serving saved my life. I never stopped serving. It saved me um, to always allow me to see something different outside of my situation. So any I kept myself in a position to serve because it always allowed me to be grateful despite what I
Mhm.
was going through. Yep. It
And that's
allowed me
so
to be
hard.
grateful.
But that's so hard for a lot of people in the midst of your own pain to give out of this place where you even feel empty. What was the
Mhm.
reservoir in you that you were able to give something out of and serve in that season?
During that time, I never gave out more than I was able to give. You
Mhm.
know, I'm in a better place now, so sometimes I will push myself. But during that time, I was very conscious. I've really, really leaned on you and my friends. And, when I had to have those vulnerable moments, I had those safe places and people that would pour back into me so that I could continue to serve. One, you have to know, especially when you are in leadership and in ministry or nonprofit, you have to know who your people are. You have to know
Mhm.
your safe places. I could have conversations with you where I didn't have to be executive director.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, this is where I am. This is what's happening. And I don't know what to do. My kids are driving me crazy. My kids are not handling this divorce well. What do I had to have those safe places. And it was important for me not to be prideful, to just say, hey, I need a moment to be vulnerable. I need you to pour into me, because there was no way I could go back and pour into these teen girls to help them overcome the season that they were in if I didn't have people pouring into me.
And, I say this in every episode, it's the relationship piece. I think
Hmm.
people have to understand that relationships are important in all seasons of our lives. And you've done that for me and allowing me to have a safe space and a
Hmm.
place where I can go and go, girl, this is going on. What do I do? It's so
Hmm.
important, especially as we get older, that we make sure
Hmm.
we have these places to go where we can be vulnerable and we can
Hmm.
take off the hat of, I'm this, or the S on our chest and put those capes down where we can just begin to breathe and let those weights off of us and get the support that we need to continue to move on.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so important. And even now, I am so big on that. I just took a trip with 10 girlfriends in February, um, because I know the importance of being able to be in that space because of the level that I serve at. Um, it is very important for me to be intentional with being in that space with people that I can be vulnerable with.
And we have to have, those places. In a previous conversation, we were talking about these reminders of where we've come from, and having people to remind us that we've made it through. And that's what these safe spaces do, is people are able to reflect our possibility and our power back to us, so that we can continue to
Mm-hmm.
do the work that we've started. You're doing amazing work. And one of the things I'm so proud of you for doing is you're about to go back to school at
I
40.
am.
Tell
Yes,
folks about
yes.
you going back to school at 40. What's that like?
Well, this is my 5 year plan because it is a 5 year plan. I am, as of this year, I am becoming an empty nester because remember, I
Yay.
started young. So by 22, I had my last child. And so, yes, at 40, my last child is going off to New York to AMDA in November. They, they
Yay.
keep pushing a semester back due to COVID. Um, so this is my 5 year plan. I've been in catastrophe claims for 20 years now, and I've kind of peaked in my journey with that. And so the next thing that I would like to do for my personal growth um, is become general counsel for an insurance carrier, and also on the nonprofit side, I want to help nonprofits with contract law. So my I was supposed to start this fall, but due to COVID, they did not know if us first year law students would be able to be in a classroom. And because they couldn't give us that guarantee, I actually pushed it back to see when we're able to be in a classroom full time because I don't want to be a first year law student online. Um, so yes, I am starting law school at UNT College of Law downtown, and
Yay.
that's my 5 year plan to yes, to become an attorney, and I'm
I'm
pretty
s-
excited about it.
I'm very excited about it, because what you're showing people, and I went back to school at 40. What you're showing people is it doesn't matter how old you are. If you've got a
Hmm.
dream and there's something in your heart, you can do whatever it is you want to. Get the relationships, get the information that you need, get your support system, but you can do whatever it is that you choose to do at any age. And so I'm so proud of you. But as we're coming
Thank
to our
you.
last minutes of the podcast, what's some advice that you would give to women who find themselves in challenging situations?
Um, the first advice that I would give them is never feel like you've done something to deserve to be there, and never feel like you have to stay there.
Mm.
You never should feel like you have to stay there and there is no out. Whatever the avenue of the out is for your challenging situation, be brave enough to take that avenue, whatever it may be, whether it's intense counseling to save the situation or whether it is a complete out. Just know that you are worthy of better. You are worthy of whatever is beyond that season. Learn the lessons from it and be better from it. That is the best advice that I give now.
It's
Absolutely.
awesome advice. I mean, being brave, we don't hear that enough as women, that we need to be brave. And my other word has been bold. How do we live
Yes.
our life with this boldness and knowing our own power, and that no matter the situation that we find ourselves in, that we have the power within us and the power with God, and combine those together, we can make some things happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with God, I just believe, and I say this daily, that All things are possible.
Yes, ma'am.
There is nothing that I can't do with God on the inside of me and with my faith. All things are possible. And I stand on that faith every single day.
Amen. And that's what gets us through is the power
Yes.
of our belief and our faith. And so, Donna, tell everybody how can they reach you? What's the
Okay.
website? And then talk a little bit about what Viola's house needs, because I want you to use this as an opportunity
Absolutely.
to share what you need.
Absolutely. So, right now, you can find Viola's house at www.violashouse.org. We are a full 24/7 residential program. We've got so many beautiful babies here. We always need volunteers here. We always need baby cuddlers. Right now, we have churches that bring meals to the door every day during COVID-19. We always need diapers. You can donate on our website. You can sign up to volunteer on our website. You can get involved. And if you can't do anything, you can pray for the mommies and babies here and pray for the staff, because every day is just a new day for us and a different journey and a new set of issues and problems, but we overcome every single day. So I would love for people to get involved and just, go to our website, find out what best suits you. We have some classes now. We're signed up under Bright Course, so we're always looking for people to administer those classes on a weekly basis for us. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to volunteer here at Viola's house.
Yay. Well, I want to say thank you for saying yes to share your story, which is so powerful. You embody
Thank you.
brilliance and resilience. And so
Oh,
I just want to say thank you for saying yes and being on the show. And so this is another episode of The Tapestry. I'm Dr. Francois Booker Drew, and this podcast is really designed for you to hear from folks that are just like you, that are making moves and using their stories to make a difference. And so
wow.
I want
Thank
you
you.
to go, thank you, Thana. And I want to encourage the audience to go look at your website, reach out to you, but also take a look at drfrancois.com. You will learn of some of the different things that I'm involved in and ways that you can connect to me so that we can continue to tell our stories and make a difference in our world. Thank you so much. And Thana, I
Thank
appreciate you.
you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you so
Love
much.
you too.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.